Arminianism and state churches. Arminius's moderate view attracted a large following. Many Protestant pastors, uncomfortable with the extremes of Calvinism and with its militancy against those who disagreed, began to preach the same modified Calvinism as Arminius and received considerable opposition from Calvinists. The latter, following Augustine's teaching and the practice of Rome, saw church and state as partners, with the state enforcing sanctions against whomever the church considered to be heretics, an intolerance that Arminius and his followers opposed. MacGregor writes that the entire process of the Reformation took place in the context of state churches, with secular power supporting the reformers and protecting their gains. The great error was the legacy of Constantine, the first to forbid anyone outside the established church to meet for religious purposes and the first to confiscate the property of those who did. Believing that baptism was the salvation of God, the seal which confers immortality, the seal of salvation, he had waited until just before his death to be baptized, so as not to risk sinning thereafter and losing his salvation. Later, Emperor Theodosius issued an edict making the religion which was taught by St. Peter to the Romans, which has been faithfully preserved by tradition, the official faith of the empire. As noted earlier, adherents were to be called Catholic Christians, and all others were forbidden to meet in their churches. One historian has explained the tragic effect for the church. The Scriptures were now no longer the standard of the Christian faith, but the decision of fathers and councils. Religion propagated not by the apostolic methods of persuasion, accompanied with the meekness and gentleness of Christ, but by imperial edicts and decrees. Nor were gainsayers to be brought to conviction by reason and Scripture, but persecuted and destroyed. Such was the official relationship between church and state that Calvin inherited from Augustine, enforced in Geneva, and which the Calvinists, wherever possible, carried on and used to enforce their will upon those who differed with them. In league with princes, kings, and emperors, the Roman Catholic Church had for centuries controlled all of Europe. The Reformation created a new state church across Europe, in competition with Rome, which was either Lutheran or Calvinist. The latter claimed the name Reformed. The Presbyterian Church in Scotland, the Church of England, and the Dutch Reformed Church, which persecuted the Arminians in Holland, were all Calvinistic state churches. Tragically, they followed Constantine, Augustine, and Calvin in the unbiblical and grandiose ambition of imposing their brand of Christianity upon all, in partnership with the state. As David Gay points out, in the Institutes, Calvin said that civil government is assigned to foster and maintain the external worship of God, to defend sound doctrine and the condition of the Church. He dismissed the Anabaptists as stupid fanatics, because they argued that these matters are the business of the Church, not the civil authorities. Nevertheless, Calvin was wrong, they were right. He was writing from the viewpoint of Constantine, not the New Testament.